Hello everybody, this is Hannah from Coffee and Cream, and today I'm going to be doing a December plan with me and also a November flip through. If my voice sounds a little bit funny, it's because I am full of cold because of this time of year, so I do apologise. So yeah, I've utilised these pages in November as usual. I chose to go with a blue for the colour scheme. I think I did show you when I set up initially. I've got my Christmas gift list here, which for obvious reasons I've covered. It's not Christmas yet and I have been using it, so I can't show that. And then I have my wish list, which is stuff that I've bought for myself in November, and I've highlighted each one that I've bought, and then I've wrote, you know, when they were purchased and when they were delivered, or if I just bought them from a shop. So that's been useful to keep track of what I've been buying. This is my next page. These pages, I've absolutely loved this. I'm definitely carrying this into December. For my video ideas, I've highlighted the ones that we've actually gone through with and wrote down ones that we've thought of. Obviously got my favourites here, which I don't mind you seeing, whatever, you're going to see in the video anyway. Goals, so ones I've stuck to and ones I haven't. Memories, oh my goodness, like this is my favourite part of my November spread, I think, is these memories, because they're so cute. You know, I just love this idea of just little boxes, little snippets. Like here I fell flat on my face, which is quite funny. I had my first trip to IKEA, so I drew like the IKEA logo, and I don't know, it's just nice to look over and it's nice to remember things, so that's definitely my favourite part of my November spread. Expenses lasted as well. I'm just going to flick through now, because if you want to look closer at a page you can always pause it. My TV tracker, I think I added this in after my last video, so I don't think you've seen that, but that's new. And I've been really loving this as well. So I've just got the season number and then all the episode numbers, and I just colour in the box when I've watched an episode, which has been really useful. I think in November I've really found my planning style. I just love the combination of the stickers and the drawings in one, and I don't know, I just think it looks really nice. This has just been my favourite month to plan in so far. I've included washi back in. I've started doing these little doodles on like little scrap pieces of paper and sort of sticking them in when I feel like it. This here is a new bullet journal setup for my 2018 bullet journal. I've just been making lots of notes and organising. Again, just more doodles and washi. I love this. I couldn't fit exhausted on like one line, so I ended up taking half the word and putting it underneath, but actually I kind of like it like this. And here I got my Crayola super tips, so as you can see I was trying them out, going a bit crazy. Don't know what happened on Sunday, no idea why this is massive blank space, but oh well, that's fine. I think I like planned it a bit late and wasn't enough going on. First trip to IKEA, so I stuck in some bits I got from IKEA, which is massive, and it's a maze by the way. So I got like, you know, this tape measure that I stuck here, the shopping list, some little things in the brochure. It's just nice for memories, isn't it? I just love sticking stuff in my planner with my adhesive. And here's where we're up to. So it is now Saturday, and I accidentally did that, which is annoying. But Saturday and Sunday are gonna go on here, and then we're gonna get into my December setup. So this is probably where I'll switch to voiceover, because it's going to take me a long time and possibly a couple of days even to do this. I've drawn everything out in pencil first, and I'm just going to be inking it and colouring it in on camera. So thank you very much for watching the November flip through side of this. Now we're going to move on to the plan with me. Oh, I should probably show you guys first of all what supplies I'm going to be using. So I picked out these colours for the main feature colours of the month in my super tips. I don't know what they're called because they're annoying and they don't label them, so I've sort of labelled them in the colour families just so I know what's what. So those are the colours I've chosen for December. I just thought they were quite Christmassy. Oh, there's one missing, another green. So yeah, these 6 colours, and I chose 2 reds and 2 greens, and then I needed 2 extra colours, and I thought what other colours would look sort of Christmassy as well and nice. I thought blue, because you know the sky, and I was really stupid, but I just thought blue would be nice. And this yellow, just for a pop of something brighter. You know, there is still a little bit of sunlight in winter, even if it is a lot of darkness. So those are my main super tips that I'm going to be using. Also, to write in my planner, a few, I've got my Sadler, what the hell is it called? Triplus fine liner. I've I've got this one, which is actually a gel pen that I got from IKEA, and I'm really loving the actual ink of this, so I'm using this one as well. And my Tombow, and I think this is pronounced Fudo Seneki, but I honestly couldn't tell you. It's basically the calligraphy pen and the hard tip. Those are my writing pens. I've got a couple of Sablo Powers that I was using last month, and obviously the first week in December, or the 1st of December, falls on a Friday, so these are just to finish off my November dates. Oh, throwing everything everywhere because I'm rushing. I've got a couple of metallic gel pens. I think these are just from the pound shop, just for some nice accents. I have a jelly roll, a white jelly roll for some highlights. Oh my goodness. And a Paper Chase, no, I always say Paper Chase, Papermate Non-Stop HB mechanical pencil, because I live for drawing with these, even though I've already drawn everything in pencil, so I don't know why I still have this here. I'm also going to be using, just for the general colouring in and stuff, I've got a pack of gel pens which are from a shop called The Works. They're a brand called Artworks, I guess. I really like the glitter in here, so I'm going to be using the glitter gel pens. I've got this pot of pencils, and these are, I think, W.H. Smith's own. Yeah, they're called the Spectrum Sings, and they're just, I really like these pencils, so I'm going to be using these. And finally, I've got the rest of my super tips here in a big plastic bag for also colouring in. So now I've showed you my supplies, and now I can get started, and this will be in voiceover.
Okay, so I'm switching to voiceover. And yeah, I couldn't decide on which theme to go for my cover page in December, so I did kind of two. I did one which had a quote on it and it was a really elaborate drawing, and the other was on the other side of the paper. I made a mistake, as you can see. I started colouring in and I remembered that I wanted to ink first, so here I am inking, and I think I'm using my Staedtler fine liner to just ink out this picture. I found inspiration for this picture on Pinterest. If I can link it down below, I will. I can't remember if I actually saved it or not. I was just copying it and then I changed it a little bit to, I don't know, I just changed it to add things I liked and took away things I didn't like. And I added the quote on the top and the bottom there. This took forever. Literally inking out all these detail lines ached my arm so much, and I swear this actual drawing took me like 2 hours because it just is so detailed, and I couldn't decide. Like, as I was inking this as well, I was deciding what I was going to colour it with and what colours I was going to use, and it just took a hell of a long time. So I started going in with another colourful fine liner just to go on the beading above the fireplace. I didn't want to go overly Christmas, I didn't want to go too overly Christmassy. I wanted it to be festive and comfy and warm and cozy, but I didn't want it to be Santa like in your face, so I'm hoping I achieved that with my December spread. I'm now going around the stockings with a glitter gel pens, which I already did. Oh my god, I didn't realise it was so fast. I drew a little calendar on the top there, some presents and some candles, and now I'm going to colour in some of my lettering with some Crayola Super Tips. I decided to only colour in like some of the feature letters that I did in a different font, and annoyingly my F's, like on the word fire there where you can see me drawing, looks like a B, and I think it's because I didn't do the loop of the top loop of the F, which I don't know why, because I do that when I do regular cursive, so I don't know why I did that, but oh well. And now I'm just going in with my, oh my goodness, so much is going on. I filled in the rest of the lettering, and now I'm going in with my W.H. Smith's coloured pencils so I can colour in my picture. And finally, that side of the page is done. Now this side has just got a little calendar for December, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's inspired by Stranger Things. It's got the Christmas lights stuck to the wall with the painted letters underneath, and what I basically did was I ended up colouring in the light bulbs that said, well, they corresponded to the words Happy December. That sounds really weird to explain. If you've seen Stranger Things, you'll probably understand the reference, I hope. If you haven't, I'm not going to explain it because I don't want to ruin the show. But yeah, that's what I ended up doing. So I use a fine liner for the actual strings, and for the letters I use my Tombow calligraphy pen, and then I coloured in the correct light bulbs with some super tips. I just thought this would be a really nice simple contrast to the other page, which is really, really detailed, and I wanted to add a bit of Stranger Things in there because I've been loving it. So finally I can get started into the rest of my December setup. My monthly overview is the same, essentially. In fact, I think it's exactly the same as my other months. I do have a slightly different way I want to do it in January, but I thought I'd wait until I start my new planner. I'm using a nice red super tip as one of my featured colours for December, and I'm just writing out my calendar. So as usual, I have my personal events on the left hand side of the page. On the right I put my YouTube videos so I can do like a planning schedule. And this is where I made my first mistake. I used this green to highlight every Monday so I could see the weeks clearly, and I hate this particular green colour. I swatched it and I thought it would be fine, but then when I put it next to the red, it just, I don't know. I just don't like that green, so I decided not to use that green for the rest of my setup. So this is just my habit tracker. I've left space for more habits because I couldn't think on the spot which habits I'd actually want to use, and those are just the days there. My bills, and I regret not doing them in a table. I did them in a table in November, which looked so much neater, but for some reason I just decided it would be a good idea just to write them in a haphazard fashion. I think I was getting really impatient because I spent so long on the other bit. And then this is my monthly YouTube tracker, so I can just check our stats for the month, just purely out of interest. Now this is my December favourites, and this set of pages came in last month, so I've got favourites at the top there, or faves. I've got videos underneath, which you'll see in a moment, which will be for video ideas. And I do these little doodles next to them and outline them with gel pens. I think they look pretty. So there's the videos. I really end up ruining these little YouTube signs with my colouring in. It's shameful. So I apologise for what I'm doing to your eyeballs with this horrible colouring that you'll see just in a moment. Or maybe it's a horrible outline, I can't remember which, probably both. I was getting really tired by this point and I was kind of rushing, so I ended up taking a break halfway through so I wouldn't ruin all of my pages. It literally hurts me to even watch this. Look at this outline. Oh! Oh my god, that's so bad. So this is the other side of the page, and it's my December goals and December memories. I really liked using these pages in November, so I'm carrying these on for the foreseeable future. They were much neater last month, but oh well. So this is my first sort of real Christmassy spread, and it's 12 days of Xmas, and it's basically like the line a day that people do, but instead of doing it for the entire month, I'm just doing it for the first 12 days of December. It's a pretty plain page, but I've never tried the line a day before, so I decided that that was something I wanted to do this month. And I'm just alternating my glitter gel pens between red and green for the numbers. This page took forever as well. It's a Christmas countdown. I wanted to do the boxes in the shape of a Christmas tree and do this nice calligraphy, well, I don't know if you call it calligraphy, but nice lettering. And I was really annoyed actually because it ended up bleeding and ghosting through the page really, really badly, which is a shame because I really like how this turned out. So yeah, counting down to Christmas, I'm just going to colour in the boxes or do some sort of pattern in the boxes, kind of like an advent calendar. So as you can see, on the back of that page, it's bled and ghosted really badly, which upset me, but oh well. This is a Christmas card list, and simply, you know, says it in the name. I'm just going to be writing down people we want to send Christmas cards to, and then tick off when we have sent them, or delivered them. And this next page is a Christmas dinner plan, so I decided to draw this because me and Dan have not decided what we're going to be getting in for Christmas dinner yet, and we've got a couple of guests coming over, so I wanted to do a page where we could plan out roughly what we wanted, although I know it's going to change when we actually get to the shops. So I did these little crowns because I was going to draw crackers and it just didn't work out, so I decided to draw these like gold little crowns instead, like the ones that you get inside Christmas crackers. And then I sectioned off all the different parts to a Christmas dinner and I put them in colourful boxes so I could clearly see what we wanted to buy. I outlined these with my super tips, and again I'm sorry for the offensive outlining because it's horrendous. And for the final page of my December setup, I did a mood tracker. Now, I've never done one of these before, and some people use graphs, and some people use drawings, and that's what I decided to do. So I drew out these different shaped presents, and I wrote a number in each one of them for the days of the month. And then I did a little key on the bottom there with my super tips for my various emotions that I may experience. I don't know why I'm tracking my moods this month, I just thought it would be a good idea. And yeah, I tried to vary the presents, but they kind of look a bit weird, but... I outlined the ribbons with like a gold metallic pen, and the rest will be coloured in with, you guessed it, more super tips. And that's just me starting off Monday, which is one of the last days in November, and that's my entire December setup, so I'm just going to give you some close-up shots now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this planner video. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me or my sister, and I will see you guys in another video.